fellow spiritual travelers. Aren't we blessed to be on this path together? And aren't we blessed to have Ron back to help us with our singing? This is such a beautiful time of the year. There's so many holiday decorations everywhere you go. You see beautiful lights. Everyone makes that bit of extra effort. People like to gather together to share more friendship and warmth with each other. They like to think about gifting each other. They become more thoughtful. We all just kind of take that time to become more thoughtful of other people. There's more parties, more merriment. It's a very joyous time of the year. I mean, it's lovely, but not for all. There's also a time when people can be very down, very depressed, very low, missing loved ones, lonely, financially stressed. And it's also nearing the end of the year, wondering, what have I actually accomplished this year? Have I progressed in any of my goals that I had set for myself? And if this year wasn't that great, well, what does next year have to offer for me? What's the point? Is it just another year? Is it SSDY, same stuff, different year? We all have happy times, thank goodness, and we recognize them and we appreciate them. The things that make us happy, enjoying time with family, enjoying time with friends. A lot of people get a lot of joy out of their pets. There's so many things that we have to enjoy. We're so blessed with the gorgeous nature, and especially here in Florida, where you can get outside and just enjoy this beautiful weather all year long. Having lived in England, where it's a little bit tricky to get outside in a lot of the rainy months and a lot of gray, I am very grateful to be outside and enjoying nature. We enjoy our healthy lifestyle, and we enjoy our faith and our connection to spirit. Appreciating and giving gratitude for all the many, many blessings that we have. And every one of us, when you think about it, is very richly blessed in different ways. But we all have low and depressed times as well. And these lows, they vary from person to person. Some people get low, and they're able to bounce back quite quickly. They're very fortunate ones. For some, the lows are more like crevices. They fall into them. The darkness is all-consuming. They look up, and all they see is solid rock on either side, and they don't see anything to grasp onto to help pull themselves out of that darkness. The thoughts of, why am I here? Does it even matter if I'm here? Even if it matters to someone else that I'm here, does it matter to me? Where is my joy? Is it worth the effort just because others would miss me? Disturbingly, and very sadly, the answer to many of these, for many people, the answer is no. No, it's not worth it to them. This is shown in the statistics that suicide is actually rising. Nearly 45,000 suicides occurred in the U.S. in 2016. That's more than twice the number of homicides, making it the 10th leading cause of death. Among people ages 15 to 34, suicide is the second leading cause of death. That's a national average of 13.4 per 100,000 people. These are quite shocking statistics. And in more than a half of all of these deaths, the people had no known prior mental health issues prior to the suicide. Suicide among people ages 10, and yes, I did say 10, they start collecting the statistics that early. It has increased more than 30%. And this is no socio-economic problem. It has no prejudice. It's not prejudice against age or gender, race, income or mental state. And money doesn't buy you that path to happiness. We've seen this, witnessed it recently with the likes of Kate Spade, Robin Williams, Anthony Bourdain. These are just to name a few celebrities. From the outside, we would look to say, they have it all. Where's the problem? We don't know that, what there's issues were. But you can't judge it from the outside. And what constitutes reasons for depression? For some high achievers, it can just be the case of not doing well in a class or failing a class. or not getting that job that they really wanted. We all have failures. It's how we rise from them that makes us learn and to be better people. For others, it's financial woes. For others, it's the loss of a loved one. A few months after my sister's husband, who was 13 years her junior, so he died unexpectedly, and as you can imagine, him being 13 years her junior, she was quite surprised. I went to a fellowship meeting with her near where she lived. There were various people, the fellowship meeting I wanted to go to support my sister, but she also made it a little bit more interesting because she said, it's at Ruth's Chris, so who wouldn't want to go, right? So we went to that, and there was some beautiful fellowship and sharing there, and people were sharing their stories. And one woman got up, and she said, I wanted to share with you the fact that my husband died about a year ago. And she said, but one thing I have realized in this time is that my husband died. I did not. My husband would want me to live and to live fully. And I am blessed with still having a healthy lifestyle. And I have so much more potential that to stay deep mourning and not fulfilling my life and my life purpose, I'm not serving anyone. I'm blessed with my life. My job is to live it. And she just exuded life. She was a really wonderful example of how you can take things that are very sad and how you can rise from them. She was very grateful that she had learned to embrace life and to be a blessing to others. But for some, they are not quite able to see their way out of this bleakness, how it can be changed. Suicide. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I was watching a documentary recently about anxiety and depression. Yes, I know how to have a good time. And there was an interview with a young man who had jumped from the Golden Gate Bridge. He was one of the very, very few people that have ever survived this. This is very unusual. But he said as soon as his fingers let go of the bridge, as soon as he let go, he regretted his decision. He said, I wanted to live. I realized as soon as I let go, actually, I want to live. And in talking to other suicide survivors, attempted suicide survivors, this is a common theme, is that they actually realized, so many realized, that they really wanted to live. It's how he picked himself up from this that really made the difference. So what he learned from this, he has now taken his own experience, and he now works with people with depression and with suicidal tendencies to explain what happened with him and to help them from going through that. So he has taken his experiences to lift others and to see the light. And seeing the light, that's what really makes the difference. Knowing that there are rainbows after rain, it's not just an expression. As spiritualists, we are blessed with the knowing that there truly is a beyond, and that there's help is always, always there for the asking. We're very blessed to have that. We know that the divine, spirits, angels, they are here to hold us and comfort us and to guide us as long as we ask, listen, and allow. This is huge. This is a huge part of our lives, and we're very blessed to have that. Okay, let's all take a minute. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Connect within, and give gratitude for your personal team from the Spirit that is always, your team of spirits that is always there for you. They are always there. So just breathe into this. Now that you've taken just that quick moment to connect and to give gratitude, can you feel that deeper calm, that deeper sense of knowing that all is well in your soul? In the Spiritualist Declaration of Principles that we all just recited together, we stated that we affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. It is okay to be sad and down at times. Things happen. These are natural feelings that need to be expressed and processed. There's no sense, there's no benefit in pretending that they're not there, that they don't exist. Acknowledge them. But the thing is, you want to make sure that you are expressing these with other people, that you're not holding on to these. And it doesn't matter, as long as there's no benefit in pretending that the feelings aren't real, and whether or not they are justified. As long as they are justified to you, they are justified regardless of how other people feel. But once you feel these emotions and you talk about them with someone who can listen with support, process them, pray, talk to God, talk to your spirit, write it down, get it out of circling in your monkey mind. We all have that rotating thing that goes round and round, but you have to let it out for your healing to begin. Then opening up to God, opening up your weary heart, and ask God for guidance. Ask and it shall be given to you. Opening your heart and sitting and allowing God to enter into your heart, your mind, into your being. You will be lifted. You are reminded that you are not alone. God, your guardian angel, your spirit, and the spirits of loved ones are there to comfort and to raise you. Rays of light start to shine into the depths of the crevices, just enough to bring the ray of hope for the path of joy to help find your way to a happier state. Reach out to friends. Allow them to help to support you. Don't wall yourself off. Allow that support, that love and caring. Let love in. That's part of the light. There's more love for you in the world than you realize when you start looking for it. Resilience. A friend of mine that I met through Toastmasters, Colonel Mark Green, he's recently retired from the U.S. Army, and he's written a couple of books now. Mark started his life from very humble beginnings. He was living in a trailer park. They had a lot of difficult family times. And while he was there, he met a carpenter who also happened to be into martial arts. Well, Mark found him as a very positive role model and a mentor. And so Mark started doing martial arts. And then he would come home and he would teach his brother how to do them because they couldn't afford lessons for both. So Mark was given a hand up and he gave his brother a hand up. He went on to join the Army as a way to get up and out of his life situation. He continued to compete in the Army with his martial arts and did very well. Later he became a paratrooper until he had an accident in Afghanistan where he broke many parts of his body. He had to learn how to walk all over again, which took quite a bit of time. He rested and he responded, and then he rebounded from this, and now he walks perfectly fine. He had other struggles in life. A failed marriage with children, a previous wife who told him he would never succeed, he would never amount to anything. So rather than taking her words and just doing about it and believing it, and rather than being beaten down by someone else's belief, he decided, I will succeed. So he went on to get his law degree and continued working hard in the Army, where he rose to the position of colonel. And he also, since that time, has remarried to a more positive and wonderful wife. But now Mark takes his experiences and he tells his story through books, talks, and seminars, and to anyone he thinks he might help. He tells it in a very humble way, and he's created a company to help others and to help them see that with adversity, it's all about how you handle it. We all have adversities and tough times. It's the ability to be resilient that makes the difference. Own it and change it. And yes, all of this, behind all of this, was his strong spiritual faith. That faith is available to all of us, and we as spiritualists have that. We also have the proof of mediumship, that there is a lot more than to this earthly life. There's a lot more that goes on. A higher calling. Tune in and follow it. By the way, Mark is offering his latest book for free through Amazon through the end of tonight, so if you want to go onto Amazon, it's called Warrior Code 001, and it's a book about resiliency. Be grateful. Be grateful for the many, many blessings that you have in life. Where do you start? What do you have to be grateful for? Being here, just being here. Experiencing the many things that Earth has to offer. The basics. The beautiful weather, the sunshine, the cool days, the gorgeous trees, stunning flowers, grass, the smells of nature, the lakes, the seaside, the water, the ocean. So we have so many beautiful things when we just stop and admire and notice each and everything. Be grateful for people, those that are in your life now, those that you have fond memories of in the past, the person in the store that gave you a smile, the comedian that made you laugh, little children, and how they have that special way of helping you see those really small, important things in life. They see them and they help you. They're here to teach us. Your health. You're healthy enough to be here, and you have the potential to improve your health each and every day. Your mind. It is so powerful. It can direct or redirect you at any time. Your heart. Be grateful for your heart. This beautiful organ that not only pumps all of the blood through your miraculous body, it also feels. It feels the love. It feels all the emotions that make, that's what makes your life so rich. So be grateful for your heart. And be grateful for your faith and your spiritual strength to guide and support you, to enhance your life in so many ways. These are just a few suggestions of things you can be grateful for. Take a minute and think, what am I grateful for? And make time each day to write down 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for. This is life-changing. This isn't just woo-woo. It's not just a nice thought. This is actually science. According to UCLA's Mindfulness Awareness Center, regularly expressing gratitude literally changes the molecular structure of the brain. It's pretty fascinating, isn't it? The gray matter, it keeps the gray matter functioning, and it makes us healthier and happier. And gratitude, they have found, is the most effective practice for stimulating feelings of happiness. Findings at UC Berkeley were similar. And after only 4 weeks of a study where they had students come in who were already feeling distressed, they did a study where some did gratitude journaling, some did nothing, and then they took those results, and in only 4 weeks, they could already notice the positive shift in people's attitudes. And at the end of the 12-week study, the changes were truly significant. Gratitude. It's easy. It's free. There's index cards at the end of your pews. If you'll just take one now and just write down 1 or 2 words of things that you're grateful for. And then make a time and a date, so on a daily basis, decide when it is you want to continue doing this. Will you do it in the morning? Will you do it last thing at night? Go off for a nice peaceful sleep? Or will you do it both? It is a great way to start your day and end your day. It doesn't take long to think of things that you're grateful for. It's kind of hard to start at 1 or 2, stop at 1 or 2. So in summation, it's natural to have down times and feelings, but don't stay there. Open up to the divine and to others. Ask for help. It will be given. Lift others where you can, even if it's sharing a simple smile or just speaking to someone to acknowledge the fact that they exist, whether that be a stranger, a homeless person, or someone who you know that has been keeping to themselves just a little bit too much and might need to be reached out to. Pray, connect, allow Spirit to guide you to your highest path. Listen. Practice gratitude. It's nothing new. It's simple and It's neuroscience. The neuroscience has proven it's effective for mental and physical well-being. And love. Love yourself. Forgive. Forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness is always a gift to you. Accept. Change what you can. Be the change where you can. The things you cannot change, accept them and move on, and don't let them bother you. Love life. Love nature and your fellow beings. This is such a blessing. Enjoy this glorious life and its many, many blessings. You are very rich. Thank you.